episode 4. It's going to be a mini episode where I chop down a whole bunch of trees, repair my axe, and plant the forest, because we need to get this forest out of the way as soon as possible. We need it to be all gone. Well, guys, before I start discussing a little more, I wanted to give you just a little disclaimer. There is no replanting the forest like I had envisioned in the last couple of episodes. And there is a reason for this, although more in depth than you may perceive. So, for some reason, I started episode 3, decided to do episode 4 in the middle of episode 3, and then when I went almost done with episode 3, I started episode 5. Why did episode 4 in the middle of episode 3? I had no good reason for, but the most important part is episode 5. I knew it was going to take such a long time. It's a huge episode. That's why this episode is here right now, because I just need something to put out into the world before I posted episode 5. The reason for not replanting the forest is episode 5, I'm making my base, right? And as the episodes go on, there's a few people who don't care about creeper holes, don't care about any blocks they place, and they're pretty messy. I'm not saying they're bad people because of it. I'm just saying, they don't take very good care of Home Village. And it very slowly became a huge mess, and no one wanted to live there anymore. As Falcon, who you don't even know exists yet, because he comes in episode 5, but episode 5 is taking such a long time, moved over to 20,000 blocks away from Home Village, and then Wesley followed. Now, I wanted to move as well. So I decided to move not that far, but 1,000-ish blocks away towards a nice place and set up base. Slowly, more people came over, but I won't spoil too much more of episode 5. But that's the reason why the forest was never replanted. It's because no one was ever going to use it ever again. Like, the only person who lives here is another new person who you don't even know about yet. Mess. I am sorry for the inconvenience that this video is posted a decent amount late. It was supposed to be posted 2 weeks ago, but there's a lot of things that happened that interfered with that. I just went on vacation the last week, and vacation means that makeup homework, and I have more makeup homework than most people. If you want me to explain that, I can do it later, just not now. So I didn't have a lot of time to make my video. I was stuck doing homework. It was a pretty consistent thing. I also had episode 5 to record. I have so many hours of episode 5, I couldn't keep track of which part was which. It's going to take so much time to edit that video, and just to record it. I'm not going to give much away, but tens of thousands of blocks. That's all I can say. It's absurd. Luckily, I do have some people helping me with it, but yeah, that's just how it's been going on. Because episode 5 is taking so long, it's kind of messing up the timeline that you viewers are seeing. So right now, there's been a couple people who are new, who have been in the server for 5 weeks, but you haven't ever actually met those specific people. You will meet them, however, in episode 5, but it's going to take a very long time. So I thought I might catch you up at present moment editor Jetson's point of view of what's happening inside the world right now. Right now, there's 2 legions / places that people stay in. There's one place that's, in my opinion, very messy. It's Plains, 20,000 blocks away, where Falcon, a new person, Wesley, and the X-Shade, another new person, live. And then there's another place where most people live, which is the place where my base is. It's a giant mountain of sorts. It has Jared, me, and Glitch, a new person, you will also meet in episode 5. And the 2 people, that's kind of where we live. There's been a lot of stuff that's going on, there's been an Enderman farm that I haven't been able to show off the making of, but I thought I might mention it at this point in time. And There's also been some major events like warden fighting. There is one major problem with having a free server. It's that nothing good can last forever, in this case most literally. As you can see in this little section, I had to log out of the server. It kicked me out of the server, then I had to go to another world, refresh the server, and then come back in. After the server being cheap, and we need to renew the server every 4 hours and then start it up again, which takes everybody out of the game temporarily. Now, this little detail is not perfect in any means necessary. It does take the server back in a couple minutes, which sounds like a fine thing, you can really do everything a couple minutes earlier, but it doesn't take everything back a couple minutes. One example of this is Wesley got a beacon. Amazing for him. I was going to want to buy it from him, all that sort of stuff. But then, turns out, he threw the beacon towards someone just to give it to them, let him see it. The server expired before the person got to pick it up, and the beacon was permanently gone. Wither Skull's gone, everything gone. It's like deleted out of the Minecraft world, which makes absolutely no sense. There's been many issues with that, like I got a notch apple, goodbye. Got a music disc, goodbye. Beacon was obviously the most important, but it's a big issue. There's some occurrences that happened in the server that are a little odd. So one of these occurrences are trees. There is trees around the world that have half of their leaves taken off. They look like top hats of sorts. In a clip just a little bit earlier, you might have saw one of these while I was just chopping everything down. We call them Abraham trees. They're a little bit odd, nothing too big of a deal though. I thought I might talk a little bit about my plans for the server and how this is going. The first season, I can tell you, it's messy. There has been some issues. Most of you might know this is a peace server. We do not set traps for people. We do not kill other people. We're nice and friendly. Do not grief people's bases. Do not steal from people, even if their valuables are right in the open, I just want to mention one part about this video. For some reason, I went down caving to repair my axe, thinking it's going to help. It did pretty much nothing. I do not suggest caving at all. Like I said before, I'm sorry for the inconvenience about episode 5 being a really long time. So many things are going to happen. We're like 2/5 away done with my goal for the episode 5, and when I'm going to post it. Probably the biggest episode of the entire season. I'm not going to lie. Well guys, I have everything I need to say has been said. So, listen to some peaceful music and watch the time lapse go as I mine some trees very, very pleasantly. So, global warming has gone up 5%, we've destroyed an entire forest, and yeah, I think that's going to end it for this episode.